teacher for generations, Aneita Fern.
In 19, well, we met in 19, and we met in 1986, and in 2003, we decided we would like to have a commitment ceremony, and we did.
And a friend of ours created this it was commitment contract, since it was not a wedding.
We did it here in Dallas, and also
at a Jewish wedding, there are normally you can get a very basic one, and a lot of times couples have artists who can do Hebrew calligraphy, create a work of art. And Lauren Miller created this after Jan instructed her on the different kinds. There are Jewish symbols here as well as arts and crafts symbols. For instance, this rose is an arts and crafts.
That's the arts and crafts rose, I believe, could be wrong, but I believe it was designed by Dart Hunter. And this is his rose. It also appears elsewhere in the room. And we have it on cufflinks. And we felt it really would depict both parts of things that are very important to us and that have really meant a lot to us in our lives.
This is also an arts and crafts style, and it's reflected also in the ceiling as well. And of course that's the Yellow Rose of Texas, where we had our commitment ceremony.
And the pomegranates?
Pomegranates are a Jewish symbol. The thought is, with all of the seeds, if you were to count all of the seeds in a pomegranate, they would number 613, which is the actual number of all the commandments that are found in the Bible. 613. So that's why there were pomegranates.
We wrote the English text, which was translated pretty directly, and we also had this, we read this at the commitment ceremony, and normally it's signed by the rabbi
and two witnesses
and the couple who are getting married, so that would be 5 signatures. But we felt that since this was somewhat unique that we were doing this, we had
5 rabbis.
5 rabbis.
Including your brother.
Right, my brother Rabbi Dov Gartenberg. We had
the first rabbi that I worked with, I was going to say David Stern, George Stern, in Nyack, New York, and the senior rabbi at the time was Ken Roseman. The second rabbi was David Lyon, and the assistant rabbi was Robert Haas. The cantor, who was supposed to officiate with them, had a tragedy in her family, but we did finally get her to sign it anyway.
We also have 2 witnesses. One is a dear friend of ours who's no longer with us, Michael Kohlreiter signed, and then a dear friend of ours from New York, who I've known since I was a child, and my father actually was a good friend of her husband when he was 6 years old. Alice Belgray has also signed it. Hebrew and English signatures, and then we have also signed it just below the Hebrew itself. And from this Katubah came the design of the bedroom.
So the roses are reflected in the ceiling and on the shades we found on the internet.
And actually, no, we found it in the magazine.
Oh, is that where you found them? In the Bungalow magazine?
American Bungalow. There was an ad for a couple in Oregon, and we worked with them to have these shades done, which is also very arts and craftsy. We found these pictures over the bed, the 4 Seasons, by an artist, Laura Wilder, who specializes in arts and crafts movement, and we pondered over getting those for about a year and a half, and finally decided it was time. The frames were made by this at the store, Quaint Home, and they made the most wonderful frames. They're like silk. They're so well made.
Her father
made them.
made them.
Don always wanted a barrister, a bookshelf, that we made that a part of this room as well.
Jan always wanted a chest, so
Since I don't have a chest.
right, we got the chest.
But I think we're done in here. Just some finishing. We're going to do this. The room really feels. If we could have done this in LA, this is how the room would have looked. And it would have been complemented by all the built-ins in the room, the stained glass and leaded glass going around the windows in the same room, built-in closets. It would have been quite a treat. So we just brought it here, and we're as if we're still living in that house because it was a very special house.
Yes.
Furniture for generations.